Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. What I want to do in today's video is walk you through some of my favorite journaling exercises and some of the ones that I use for success in my own life and in my own business. You know, I've made lots of videos on journaling because I truly do believe it is one of those simple habits that can have a profound difference in your life. But what I wanted to do today was give you some more kind of unique journaling methods that maybe you haven't thought of that you can implement and put into the rounds so that hopefully you'll be able to create the same success with this habit that I have. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. If you did enjoy the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new around here, hi, my name is Erin. I make videos all about entrepreneurship and living your best life. And I would absolutely love if you stuck around and subscribed. So the first method, and this is one that I do every single day without a doubt, and it's my absolute favorite, is just simple daily tracking. What I actually track is I track my menstrual cycle, where I am in my own cycle. I track the moon cycle. I track what's going on in my business, and I track how I'm feeling. So simply just writing out those things. And then I do pull a tarot card, but that's a completely different part of it. So I track all of those things. And why I do this is because then I'm able to go back and objectively look at the trends with the moon cycle, my own cycle, and with particular things that are going on in my business and how they're making me feel. So for example, I know the week before my period, I get really uncreative. I get uninspired. I don't feel that great about myself. What I can actually deduce from that tracking is that I'm not going to be able to create any amazing courses, content, or programs in that week. So I try to then build my business cycle around my own personal cycle. I also notice that there's certain phases of the moon where I feel real heavy energy, or that I feel very lethargic, or that I feel very empowered. And just by this simple daily tracking method, I'm able to understand so much more about myself and how I'm responding to the world around me. And therefore, as I said, I'm able to create better business structure, doing things when I know I'm going to be the most productive. So your daily tracking doesn't have to look like mine. You might not choose to track your cycle, particularly if you're a man, you probably don't have one of those. But if you're not wanting to track your cycle, not wanting to track the moon, you might just track what's going on in your life and how it makes you feel. Because then you can say, well, I know that I get triggered by this, and this, and it leads me to feeling these certain ways. So try to avoid these circumstances, or just be a little bit easy on yourself when they do happen. But understanding your body, understanding your life, your environment, and how you react to things is such a good way to create more success for yourself. The next way that I absolutely love to journal is future journaling, or a lot of people call this scripting. I don't really know what it's called. Either way, it's fabulous. So what this actually is writing out certain days, writing out certain circumstances as if your goals had already happened. For example, yesterday I was planning my Q1 for 2019, and what I did was actually wrote out the day, Sunday, March 31st, and all of the things that happened that day when I realized that I hit my financial goals for the quarter. So I wrote that I woke up in the morning, I responded to YouTube comments, I checked my QuickBooks, I was so excited to hit my financial goal, so much so that I was like, George, let's go out for lunch, and we went into the city, had champagne, and celebrated life. Now, I wrote this as if it already happened, like I was journaling at the end of that day. And what that really does is help to train your subconscious mind to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve. It puts into your psyche that these are the things that you're trying to achieve. You activate your reticular activating system, and you can start noticing more things that are going to help you to create this reality. That's the scientific version. Obviously, the woo version is like, hey universe, I'm writing out these things, please deliver. But either way you look at it, it doesn't matter. It's a really fun exercise. It helps you to create so much more certainty, so much more clarity, and it's just so good for the soul knowing exactly what it is that you want. So write out, choose a day into the future when all of your goals have been achieved, and just write out as if you were doing a Dear Diary entry. Alright, so the next one is not one you might have thought of, but this is really helpful, particularly when you are finding yourself procrastinating or maybe not going through with tasks that you said you were going to go through. And it's the journaling that I like to call belief baiting. And what I actually mean by this is often when we are procrastinating, it's because of fear. Or maybe when we're not doing the things we said we're going to, it's because we have limiting beliefs holding us back. But sometimes we don't even know what the exact limiting beliefs are that are getting in the way of us taking action. So what I like to do is do a little bit of a journaling exercise where I'll write out certain situations and I'll see what comes up for me. I'll give you an example because that sounds kind of confusing. Say for example, I wanted to host an event and I kept procrastinating, which by the way, I totally did, but I've got one coming out soon. So I kept procrastinating, not knowing why. Why am I procrastinating? So what I would do is then sit down and I would write out as if the event was happening. I say, I'm at this event, I'm speaking in front of 200 people, and I would try to see what beliefs and fears are coming up. If you really listen to your intuition, why am I so afraid of this situation? So just spending some time going through, maybe you're getting really afraid to do a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live. So spend some time journaling about hitting that live button, talking to people, interacting to people, and whatever beliefs come up, then you'll know the ones that you can start working through. The hardest part to overcoming a belief is not knowing what the belief actually is. So spending some time to bait them, as in like fishing bait, get them up to the surface, is a really good practice for you to start working through them. The next one that I have for you is an evening accomplishments list. Now, I've spoken about this a couple of times before, but I wanted to include it because it's game changing. This is just a simple practice of at the end of every single day, going through all of the things that you achieved throughout the day, or even just all of the things that you did. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, we have these really amazing days where we achieve all of this epic stuff. Maybe we host a webinar or launch a course or do a group coaching call. But then there's other days that, we feel like we're not really doing much, we're not moving forward, we're kind of just treading water. But the thing is, you're probably still doing a lot of things that are moving the needle, maybe just slightly. And it's really easy to get to the end of those types of days and just be like, I feel like I've done nothing. But you probably actually have. So even just this simple habit of writing out all the things you did today, even if it's including things like, I had a really good morning routine, I came up with some new goals, I responded to all these comments on Instagram, those little things are still you taking action. You're still putting yourself out there, you're still growing and developing as a human being. So at the end of every day, take some time to just list out everything you did that helped you to achieve your goals in life or in your business, and then look at that list and just think, I'm a badass boss and I'm ready to do this again tomorrow. Without actually being conscious to everything that you're doing, it's really easy to feel unmotivated and unfulfilled. And then my final journaling practice is a big old ideas brain dump. I don't think enough of us do this, and it's such a good practice for coming up with new innovative ideas in our businesses. Often we have so many ideas, but they're always in the wrong places, right? When we're in the shower, when we're driving, when someone's talking our ear off about something that happened in their life. If you actually take some time to sit down and just try to brain dump every idea you possibly have, whether it be for content, courses, products, services, things that you want to speak about, things that you want to create, even if the idea doesn't seem that good at a time, if you do this regularly, I promise you're going to have a much better time at coming up with things for your business and for your life. Dedicate maybe even just once a month where you can just sit down, put on some of your favorite music, light a candle, light some incense, whatever it is, but just create an environment where you can be totally free and creative. Maybe meditate before, maybe go for a walk before, and just idea brain dump. Maybe you're trying to come up with a course for your business. Think of every single idea that comes to mind. What's every question you've been asked? What's every topic you've found yourself in a conversation about recently? Just dump down all of those ideas and then shut the book, shut the journal, walk away and come back to it later and objectively look at that. Maybe you might have your $1 million idea yet. I don't think enough of us take the time to just spew out ideas, but trust me, whatever you want to create that's going to get you to your goals, it's already within you. That's the whole concept of genius. Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, all of these people, their ideas came from within, and so will yours. So if you take the time to harness that creativity and actually get it out of you, you are going to be so much more successful. So that's it for me. I really hope that you liked these journaling ideas. Do let me know in the comments below which was your favorite, or if you've got any to add to the list, then please do leave them down below. And I thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.